Hey, if you've ever wondered what to say when someone says your product or service is too expensive, stick around and watch today's video through until the very end, as I'm about to share with you this simple process to overcome the price objection so that ultimately you can make more product sales and make more money. Now, as always, if this is your first video, my name is Misha Wilson, and over the course of the last few years, I've now generated over $25 million in total sales, selling products anywhere from $1 all the way up to $50,000 or more. So I have gotten this objection quite a few times, and I'm about to share with you exactly how to overcome it. As always, if you get value, don't forget to let me know in the comments section below what your biggest takeaway is. And don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon notification button so that you're notified when I do more videos just like this. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. Welcome to the Misha Wilson Show, where we show you how to create massive success online so you can enjoy the lifestyle of your wildest dreams. All right, so what we're gonna be talking about here today is the objection, once again, surrounding price, right? Your product is too expensive. Now look, it doesn't matter whether you're selling an information product, a coaching course, a physical product, an affiliate product, a network marketing product, any kind of product that you might be selling, sooner or later, you will face the objection of your product is too expensive. So before I get into the exact kind of formula or, quote unquote script, really, I want to share a principle. But before I get into that, what I first want to talk about is why the objection comes up in the first place. Because I'm a believer in, if we can understand the psychology behind why the objection comes up to begin with, we can then very clearly kind of, come to a conclusion around how we can go ahead and overcome the objection. So the first thing to understand is that this objection very simply stems from your prospect, the person potentially going ahead and buying your product or service, not seeing the value in your actual service. So as an example, if I were to come to you and I were to say, hey, I have a $10 bill here. If I give you this $10 bill, will you give me a $1 bill? The answer would be obvious, right? They would say yes every single time, unless they thought you were scamming them or it was too good to be true, etc. You might have the super skeptical person out there. But for the most part, people are going to say yes because the value is obvious, right? They're giving you $1 and you are giving them $10, and there isn't going to be an issue with that value exchange. And so obviously it is worth the price of the $1 bill because they're getting so much more, right? Now, when the price objection comes up or the it's too expensive objection comes up, every now and then it's just that people literally do not have any money, right? So someone might have gone through a really tough time. They have $13 in their bank account. And I feel for that person. If that's you watching, I completely and totally understand that painful situation. It wasn't long ago. I was $10,000 in debt, so I understand. Right? But there is another group of people that just very simply don't see the value equation. They feel like your product is the more expensive option versus trying to get to the outcome that they're looking to get to themselves. Right? So let's say you're selling a coaching program. The coaching program has to, do with launching an online business. To launch an online business, they have to launch a sales funnel. They have to write email follow-up campaigns. They need to drive traffic. They need to do all of these things. Right? So when that person says, your product is too expensive and I don't want to buy because of the price of your product, the question to ask is, well, if you don't buy this product that will help you do these things, what are you going to have to do on your own? Right? That's the first question to ask. And the key here is not to tell them these are the things you're going to have to do on your own. Now, if they really don't know, you can guide the conversation in that way to show them some of the hard things that they're going to have to do on their own if they don't buy your product. But then once they have gone ahead and said, God, I'm going to have to learn how to drive traffic. I'm going to have to learn how to set up sales funnels. I'm going to have to learn how to write email follow-up campaigns, have to learn how to, set up membership sites. Once they've gotten that all out, the next question then is, and do you fear, what fears do you have around going ahead and, trying to do all of that on your own without having the right structure, without having the right system, without having the right step-by-step plan, without having the right support system? How much do you think that might cost? So bring the potential pain, bring the fear of them having to do it all on their own to the forefront of their mind. And so then the prospect's, sitting there and they're thinking, holy crap, I'm gonna have to learn how to drive traffic. That could cost thousands of dollars alone. The course is only $2,000. And, I'm gonna have to learn how to drive traffic, and I might waste a bunch of money on traffic. I'm gonna have to learn how to set up a sales funnel. I might do that wrong. And when I do that wrong, it might cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I'm gonna have to learn how to write email copy. And if I don't write the email copy, the right way, my follow-up messages won't convert, which will leave thousands of dollars on the table. All right. And in all of this kind of mental processing that your prospect is doing, your prospect is starting to see more and more the downside of not going ahead and purchasing your product, all the pains, all the fears that they might experience if they don't make the decision to buy your product, because your product should obviously be a solution to those problems, while at the same time, the value of the product in their mind is rising. All right, because every single time your prospect says, I'm gonna deal with this pain, I have, this worry about this pain, it's gonna cost me this much money. Every single time they say that, it re-anchors your product back to being the solution to that pain to help that prospect move away from that fear. All right, so really what you're doing is you are flipping the, quote unquote fear equation, right? Because usually when someone doesn't buy and they say the product is too expensive and that's the objection, if they have money, it's based on fear, right? They're afraid to invest in a $2,000 program. They're afraid to invest in a $10,000 program, whatever it might be. And so if you can reverse that paradigm, and if you can have them understand that your program, while it will cost $2,000, while it will cost $10,000, while it will cost whatever it might cost, it is actually the much cheaper option, it is the better option, it is the safest option, because all of the costs of doing it on your own and the fears associated with not doing it correctly are that much greater than the actual program or product itself. And so when you learn to use those language patterns to reverse that quote unquote fear paradigm, people will naturally see the value in your product. They will anchor, all the various problems that they talked about, your product being the solution to all the various problems that you talked about. And therefore the value will go up. And when the value goes up, you get right back to that place where you are offering the $10 bill for the $1 bill, because now the value is that much greater. So with that said, use this whenever you need to go ahead and overcome the objection of, the price being too much. Whatever product you're selling, whatever industry you're selling it in, universally use this script, use this formula. It has made literally millions of dollars for us in our own personal business, and I look forward to hearing about your success soon. As always, if you got value, don't forget to let me know in the comments section below what your biggest takeaway is. And don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon notification button so that you're notified when I do more videos just like this.